Hey YouTube, Natchez 860. Smoking the 14-inch clay with some red Virginia. Because that's how they used to do it back in the day. Got my last Halloween story for you. The Headless Horseman of Canton, Connecticut. Canton's right over that way, about 6 miles. Very typical rural Connecticut small town. Always has been. And for years and years, they've had sightings of a headless horseman in town. So I'll give you the backstory. In 1777, we were battling the British at Saratoga. The first battle, I believe. France came to our aid with some troops. And there was a guy in charge of paying the troops that was headquartered in Hartford, probably about 13 miles from Canton. So he'd have to go to Saratoga, which was a hall, and this one particular time, he loaded up all his gold to pay the troops with, decided to spend the night in Canton at a tavern. Tavern's located, or was located, right at the intersection of two main roads. You can either go north up to Vermont or the Berkshires, west out to New York, south to New Haven. So anyway, he checked in, and that was the last anyone ever saw of him. They sent an investigator out, and the innkeeper said, yeah, the guy came, but he never, he must have checked out in the middle of the night or something. We didn't see him leave. So it got to be a mystery. And in 1885, about 100 years later, that tavern burned down. When they were sifting through the rubble, they found a human skeleton that was missing the skull. I guess they went back in history and read the story about the missing paymaster, figured this must be him. Then they must have put 2 and 2 together again and said, since this body's missing a head, this must explain the Headless Horseman. So, if you ever visit Canton, it's a beautiful town. If you stick around long enough, you might see the Headless Horseman, who's still trying to make it out to Saratoga to pay the troops. But he just rides around in circles because he's got no head and he can't see where he's going. So that's the Halloween stories for this year. I want to thank you all for joining me. We'll catch you next time.